glowing reddish-orange glow. The event, captured by TTT multimedia cameraman Anil Rampasad, was visible from start to finish across the country. Although the moon was never completely covered, the partial eclipse lasted more than 3 hours, offering skywatchers a rare and memorable sight. As Earth's shadow slowly receded, the moon returned to its familiar brightness, bringing an end to an unforgettable overnight spectacle. According to astronomical data, the eclipse was classified as a partial lunar eclipse, meaning the moon did not pass completely into Earth's umbra, the darkest part of its shadow. Although much of the moon was covered, there was no location on Earth where the moon appeared entirely eclipsed during this event. Visible throughout the Caribbean and much of the Americas, the eclipse served as a reminder of the dynamic relationship between the Earth, Moon, and Sun. In other news, Health Minister Dr. Lakram Bodo said that although government investment in healthcare has increased significantly over the years, growing demand for services continues to place strain on the system. He noted that stronger partnerships with the private sector and non-governmental organizations are becoming increasingly important to improving healthcare delivery and meeting the population's needs. Speaking at the launch of the Beyond Vision initiative on Thursday, Minister Bodo noted that the national healthcare budget has grown almost twofold over the past 15 years. He said despite a major increase in healthcare spending, demand for services continues to outpace available resources.
It's important, from where we sit at the ministry level and at the government level, to understand that the cost of healthcare is rising. In 2010, the healthcare budget was $4.2 billion. In 2025, that rose to $8.2 billion. And you might be asking yourself, the healthcare budget has doubled in that time period, but still there is need, because the need is still great. And therefore, it is very important when we have collaboration and partnerships like this to fill the gap.
In other news, Caribbean Airlines has finalized plans for a direct service between Toronto and Tobago, a move expected to improve connectivity between the island and one of its largest diaspora markets. Chief Secretary Fali Agustin made the announcement following discussions with the Tobago Tourism Agency Limited and Caribbean Airlines. The Chief Secretary hinted that the service will begin after the opening of the new A&R Robinson Airport Terminal, which is expected within the next few weeks.
So we have a date for the beginning of the direct flight from Toronto, and immediately Caribbean Airlines will onboard a schedule that will take us past Tobago Carnival, all the way past the National Carnival next year in one go. So those flights will be there.
The launch of the Toronto-Tobago service, Mr. Agustin said efforts will now shift towards securing additional direct routes to Ogle, Guyana and Miami, Florida. This comes days after Caribbean Airlines announced plans to discontinue direct flights between Barbados and Tobago due to ongoing schedule optimization.
I think part of the thinking was that visitors will transition through Barbados as a hub coming from international destinations and using Barbados as a hub to get to Tobago. But that does not always work. Sometimes visitors just want a direct flight to a place as opposed to having to stop 2 and 3 times.
In sport now, fixtures for the 2026 Secondary Schools Football League have been released, with the season set to kick off in style as the Boys and Girls Super Cup finals officially open the competition. On the girls' side, Pleasantville Secondary will face Signal Hill Secondary at 3:30 p.m., while in the boys' final, Naparima College take on St. Benedict's College from 5:30 p.m. Both matches are carded to take place on September 11th at the Atto Bolden Stadium. In other fixtures, the newly renamed Azad Mohammed Khan Boys Premiership Division will kick off on September 12th with an all-Tobago clash between Speyside Secondary and Signal Hill Secondary. And that's what's making the news this morning, but joining us right now is the host with the most, Virmala Balkaran. Good morning, Virmala.
That's how we do Fridays. We do it the right way. Good morning, Carrie.
I think Super Blue said it best. Friday, mash up the place.
I agree. Are you going to mash up the place this weekend?
No, I'm going to have a chill weekend. I will not be mashing up any place. I want all places intact this weekend.
You better stay in your place this weekend if you know what's good. Well, we are celebrating independence, 64 years of being independent.
Oh,
and
right.
I must say we've achieved so much, and every single day I am very blessed and I feel very fortunate to wake up in Trinidad and Tobago. We live in such a cosmopolitan, melting pot of cultures and people, and you know, when you get up every morning and you hear morning, 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 when you go into a building and somebody opens a door for you and they smile with you, and it warms your heart, and it's a beautiful place to live in.
And and just that warmth that we just naturally have. And people who visit Trinidad and Tobago, they always comment on the warmth of the people, and they find we are so accommodating, we're so kind generally. And, you know, we see that more often than we see the negative. The thing is that we showcase the negative so much that we oftentimes forget how nice Trinidad really is.
Well, the power of social media these days makes it so easy to highlight many different things. But kudos to the people that, you know, highlight all the positive stuff. You know, one thing struck out to me before you go. I know you have to go very soon because I have a very packed show for you today. I have to tell you that. It's the song, oh my gosh, it's the soca song. And they obviously echo these words, every creed and race find an equal place. And every time they say that, you know, I get really emotional. It's a new soca song. Oh my gosh, why is it slipping me? But I was listening to it the other day and I realized how fortunate we are to live in such a beautiful place. And I'm grateful every single day. And I'm grateful for you, Carrie. Remember,
I'm grateful for you as well.
It's still Just Because week. So I'm still celebrating Just Because. So I'm just going to tell you something just because, you know, I'm grateful for you.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You know, I'm very grateful for you as well.
And also grateful for our viewers. Speaking of which, we have a very packed show for them today. It's our pre-Independence Day show. So much to look forward to. So stay with us.
All right, we will. Friday, mash up the place.
All right. Okay, Carrie Super Blue Roberts. Have a great one.
Thank you so much, Virmala.
Bye-bye.
When we come back, the Trinidad and Tobago Today morning show gets going right after this short break. Stay tuned.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. I am Ria Roopchan and I'm inviting you to join me Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a brand new program that brings the issues affecting our lives, our communities, and our nation into focus. From politics and public policy to sports, entertainment, and the stories of everyday citizens, we'll explore the topics that matter most and hear from the people behind the headlines. Real conversations, real perspectives, real issues. Focus, people and politics, bringing the nation into focus. Premiering Saturday, September 5th, exclusively on TTT.
Resilient, brave, worthy. 12 majestic women, 12 majestic journeys. Majestic Makeover Season 3, coming soon to TTT and TTT Live Online.
Majestic Makeover Season 3 is powered by... If it matters to you, it matters to us. We report the news, real stories in real time. TTT News, nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Coming up on Caribbean Passport, it's pulsating energy, deep cultural traditions. It's none other than Barbados crop over. Being at one with nature is no problem in Antigua and Barbuda, so let's swim with the stingrays. Fashion that's all-inclusive. And Caribbean tourism is at the forefront in Guyana. Be viewing Caribbean Passport as we explore the beauty of our region, right here on this station.
Up for this exciting challenge and confident about your business? If you are, the 10-20 feature is just what you need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
I'm Jamila Bannister, host of the Socially Safe podcast, the new TTPS podcast where we share real stories, teach real lessons, and create real impact. From online safety and youth crime to community policing and personal responsibility, we go beyond the headlines and talk about what's happening in our communities with the officers and experts who are on the front lines. Because safety starts with awareness, conversation, and action. Tune in to the Socially Safe podcast on the TTPS YouTube channel, listen on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. Don't miss it.
Watch on TTT, Mondays 6 p.m., Tuesdays 1:10 p.m.
To celebrate 64 years of independence. It's worth remembering that independence is more than the raising of a flag or the anniversary of August 31st, 1962. It is about who we are as a people, how far we've come, and the responsibility that we all share for where we go next. Trinidad and Tobago is not without its challenges, of course, but this is still our home, our people, and our country to build. And this morning, as we celebrate our nation, we have a very special pre-Independence Day show planned for you, celebrating our people, our culture, and everything that makes TNT uniquely ours. And that was Joshua Regrella, who will be joining us a little bit after the break. But right now, the date, Friday, 28th of August, 2026. The time now, it is just about 6:14 a.m. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Virmala Balkaran, and welcome to Trinidad and Tobago Today. Let's take a look now at what's trending this morning. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is seeking the public's assistance in identifying 4 unidentified male bodies found in the Northeastern Division between September 2024 and January 2026. Well, one man found in Barataria in September 2024 was of East Indian descent and believed to be in his 60s. He was wearing a black trousers and a blue top. Another, believed to be named Sean Gooding, was of African descent, brown skin with an afro hairstyle and a full beard. He was wearing a red t-shirt and black jeans. And a third man, believed to be Ronald Richard, also known as Psycho, was of African descent, slim built, and approximately 5 feet 7 inches tall. And the fourth man, believed to be named Sam, was of African descent and approximately 80 years old. Anyone with information that could assist the police in locating relatives is asked to call 555-800-TIPS or the Northeastern Division. And the 68-year-old Komodo man is recovering after he was found 3 kilometers into dense forest hours after he went missing. Elijah Hitlal was reported missing by his sister yesterday afternoon after she realized he was not in his room. Elkin James of the Hunters Search and Rescue Team, led by Captain Valence Rambarat, responded. Rescuers later tracked Hitlal's footsteps and found him in a Rosso patch. He was muddy and disoriented, but was able to walk out of the forest. An ambulance took him to the Sangre Grande Hospital for treatment. The search team thanked everyone involved in the rescue and wished Hitlal a speedy recovery. And did you see the eclipse? Well, TTT multimedia cameraman Anil Rampersad captured these images of the partial lunar eclipse visible over Trinidad and Tobago overnight. Earth's shadow moved across the moon, covering almost its entire surface at its peak. What a sight. For a time, the moon took on a reddish-orange hue, creating that striking sight in the night sky. How beautiful is that? And in some other news now, the death toll from the devastating flash floods in Nepal has risen to 489, more than 48 hours after a massive flood wave tore through the Himalayan border region. An aid worker describes the situation in a BBC report as absolute chaos, but says there is still hope for those missing. Now, Nepal authorities have released the names of 500 missing foreign nationals, including 178 Indians, 65 Americans, and 33 Britons. Across the border in Tibet, 5 people have died and more than 558 are missing. Rescue efforts have resumed near the Nepal-Tibet border after concerns over newly formed Lake Forster temporary halt. Officials say a collapsed glacier triggered the huge flood wave, destroying homes and roads in a key Nepal-Tibet border crossing. Well, as promised, when we come back, our special Independence Day show begins. So you know what to do. Grab a cup of coffee and settle in. Trinidad and Tobago Today has begun. Every client deserves expertise, integrity, and guidance they can trust. At Camino Realty International, we deliver integrated real estate solutions, sales, rentals, property management, and project development. Driven by excellence, transparency, and innovation, we protect value, create opportunity, and build lasting success. Because real estate isn't just about buildings. For more information on our services, log on to CaminoRealty.com or follow us on social media at Camino Realty TT. Camino Realty International, elevating lives one property at a time.
Being connected, it means a lot because first of all, you can't do this by yourself.
When you have your phone, you always have somebody at your side. I could call for help, anything going like, you know.
I'm giving children the opportunity to experience outside of their neighborhood.
Digital is kind of a comfort, you feel good that people in your lives are always able to be contacted.
I was with the other network and I was having problems, so I joined Digicel and I never regretted it.
Since 1972, one sound has been living in the heart of Trinidad and Tobago, the longest running radio station in the nation.
Night and day, always 100. We're your holiday soundtrack, whether it's on your day off,
Long drives or house limes.
we are always sweet.
This is music with meaning, music with memories.
Music that feels like home.
And it's not just the songs, it's the voices you trust, personalities you've grown with.
Laughter that sounds familiar. This isn't just radio, it's tradition.
It's memories.
It's part of who we are.
Sweet 100.1 FM, the rhythm of our identity, part of your family.
Resilient, brave, worthy. 12 majestic women, 12 majestic journeys. Majestic Makeover Season 3, coming soon to TTT and TTT Live online.
Majestic Makeover Season 3 is powered by
Your news, anytime, anywhere. Join us nightly at 7. TTT News. Committed, accurate, relevant.
We're kicking off our special independence celebration with something that is unmistakably Trinidad and Tobago, the sound of steel pan. Born right here and now heard around the world, pan represents our creativity, our resilience, and our ability to turn something uniquely ours into something that the world can appreciate. And our first guest has made it his mission to literally take that sound around the globe, from the Great Wall of China to the Taj Mahal in Petra, and even into the Guinness World Records. Joining me now is steel pan musician, content creator, and of course a cultural ambassador in every right, Joshua the Pan Man Regaler. Joshua, good morning. Happy Independence.
Good morning. Friday mash up the place.
You see what Carrie caused? And also, happy World Steel Pan Month.
Yeah, happy World Steel Pan Month. Happy Independence.
I'm so glad that you are here to wrap up Steel Pan Month with us and, of course, celebrate Independence Day. And thank you for starting the show on such a beautiful note. Gave us definitely a little kick this morning.
Good, yeah, happy to be here.
Yeah.
The last time I was in a car park doing an interview, so I'm happy to be here this time in person.
Well, I'm glad we're changing that. So, Joshua, this is our Independence show, and I want to start there. What do you think, when you think about Trinidad and Tobago and what it means to be Trinbagonian, what makes you proud?
I mean, everything. I feel like this is an incredible honor. I went to Pan and Powder recently, and I said, in every life, make me Trinbagonian. And I think it's such a unique honor. From music to food to culture, I'm just very blessed to have experienced this and to say this is ours and I'm a part of this.
And the love of the people. I mean, you have so much love here and you've experienced all of that.
Yeah.
And you've taken all around the world as well. And Pan was created right here in Trinidad and Tobago. What does it mean to you personally to be a part of carrying something that belongs so deeply to identity to the world?
Yeah, that is a big responsibility. I try not to think about it, but I always think about how many pioneers have created what we have and the struggle that they have had to endure to take Pan where it is right now. So it is a responsibility, but it's also an honor to be a part of that race, right? It's a long relay race and I'm just running my leg, but it's also remembering that so many people had a long, hard run before.
Yeah, and definitely blaze the trail.
Yeah.
So you've taken the steel pan to some extraordinary places around the world, and when you arrive somewhere like the Great Wall of China or the Taj Mahal or the Petra with a pan, what goes through your mind right before you start playing?
I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at it right now and I can see like all the moments. It is just, sometimes you think of like how far we've come. Sometimes, of course, it's like stress. You're just like, wait, you have to get this done. Sometimes it's overwhelming because you're thinking, in those moments, you don't represent yourself. You don't just represent an instrument. You know that not only Trinidad and Tobago, but the whole Caribbean is going to watch what comes from this.
Yes.
So you're just kind of like overwhelmed.
No pressure.
Yeah, right?
No, none at all.
But I think for the most part, we just try to have fun. And the good thing about it is, like, I'm looking at Christ Dreamer right now. We have like these venues shut down. So it's just myself and my videographer. So it makes it feel very surreal. And in that moment, it feels kind of,
Out-of-body experience?
Yeah, literally.
And what has been one of the most memorable reactions that you've received from someone abroad, you know, hearing or seeing the steel pan for the first time?
Oh, my number one answer is when I was in India in December. So I've been playing pan for like 25 years. It was the first time ever somebody said while I was on stage, could you turn the pan around and play, because they can't see what's happening, nor do they understand what's happening.
Okay.
So this was the first time in my life, so I never thought about it.
Did you do it?
Yeah, because I just never, even here, right? We think that everyone knows what inside looks like, what is happening.
Interesting.
But it was the first time on stage, the audience was like, we don't know what's going on.
How do you feel about that, though, having to turn your back to the audience?
Well, no, I didn't turn. I just turned the pan around.
Oh, you turned the pan around?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a weird angle.
Right?
Yeah.
But it was interesting because at that point, I had performed for like 30 minutes. So, you know, it was like, the entire time I thought they knew what was going on.
And they didn't.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't even know what's going on. Maybe we should try that. Maybe every time I see someone playing the pan, maybe I should have them turn it
Turn around, please.
Please turn it around. And then they'll look at me like, what? And you became the first person to play the steel pan at the Great Wall of China. That is a huge achievement.
Yeah.
Was that something that you deliberately set out to accomplish? And what did that moment mean to you?
No, that was the embassy in China came up with that idea. I would love to say that was my idea. No. And I think it meant a lot because that is what created everything afterwards. The world record, all the other sites was because of that moment. Going to China was like the furthest I've ever traveled, the longest flight I've ever been on. And I think while I was on the Great Wall, I was like, wow, I'm thinking about this in such a minuscule way, like we could do so much more.
Right.
So everything afterwards was because of that, and I think everything that I will do was a result of that moment, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you spoke about the Guinness. I mean, 31 consecutive hours.
Yeah.
That was definitely something. At which point during those 31 hours did you have to dig deep mentally?
Sorry.
But you had a good support system.
Yeah, but the thing is, the support system was kind of unknown to me, right? So besides everything in person, I knew. Everything online, I did not know.
Okay.
So like,
or you couldn't get the feedback.
Right, because I'm actually there, so I didn't know.
So no one is reading. Next time, call me. I'll read out the comments for you out loud.
Yeah. In it, you would think, it was just a lot, sorry.
Somebody should have been shouting, like, Joshua, they said, keep going. Joshua, they said, like, you have this. I mean, that would have helped or really annoyed you.
No, it was, but I think...
But your mom as well, I have to talk about that. Your mom has been such a huge part of your journey, and we saw her there just giving you the sips of water all the time. And
yeah, it was, she was doing a lot too.
She was doing a lot.
Yeah, I remember when I was like, you're going to make me go to the bathroom.
But that's a mother's love.
Right, and I think she was trying to feed me too much. I was like,
not right now.
Yeah, please.
But beyond that record itself, what did you want that achievement to say about you and about Pan, and also perhaps about Trinidad and Tobago?
I think that we could do big things. Small country, but we could do big things. And that we are individually able to accomplish so much.
And as you're talking about that, you're also finding ways to move Pan beyond the traditional spaces and that we associated with. You have projects like the Pan Man album, the Pan Man Rhythm. Why is it important for Pan players now to have a bigger presence in contemporary Caribbean music and not just stay confined to that small space?
Yeah, I think not just music. I think so. Even last weekend, I did the Pan Man 5K, which is, for 5K is the biggest trend right now in Trinidad and Tobago. But we had live steel bands along the route, and I think what we have to do is to take Pan, not just music, but out of the conventional spaces, and present it in places where people they might, there's so many people in this country who've never heard Pan before, or never really experienced it in a way that we know it to be. So it's really, I think the mission should be now for all of us is to take it into these unconventional spaces and get people to be familiar with it. So that's what my journey is, I guess.
And we also often talk about preserving culture, but culture also has to evolve as you've been promoting. How do we allow young people now to experiment with Pan and make it their own without losing the history, the identity, and the authenticity behind it?
I think grace. Literally just giving them grace. I think my journey has been, there have been so many things that I've just said, like, okay, now to give my blight. So I think it's just grace.
Have you ever faced any challenges where the people, or some people may have said, like, what is he doing? Why is he doing so much more to the Pan than we know it to be?
Yeah, I mean, all the time, but I think that's a part of experimentation, right? And part of going forward is having people question it because we don't understand it yet. And then also in people questioning it, then I get to question it and be like, was this wrong?
Yeah.
And I guess sometimes it's uncomfortable for both parts, but I think it's necessary for both of us. Yeah. So.
You've gained some awards as well. You were named Youth of the Year in 2024. With the following that you've built, particularly among the young people, do you feel a responsibility now, no pressure or very heavy shoulders, to represent TNT in a certain way when you travel or even when you walk through the streets right here? You now become a role model whether you wanted to or not.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't think about it at all.
I'm making you think about it now.
No, you make me think about it. I'm still young, which is good.
Yes, you're still Youth of the Year 2024.
Yeah, because right now I feel old, right? So that is a good reminder. But no, I think that is part of this territory and what you do, the responsibility and being a role model. Mm-hmm. I try not to think about it, and I try to let people just be influenced by the things I do, right? And inspired by the things I do. And I understand that's part of it, and just take it one day at a time, I guess.
Well, you've already taken Pan to so many amazing places that, people probably never would have imagined. Where in the world is left for Joshua Regrello's list?
I mean, we have to complete the new 7 wonders, so there are 3 more. There's Peru, Mexico, and Italy. So the next goal for sure is to complete that, and then we'll be the first musician in the history of the world ever to have performed at the new 7 wonders of the world with an instrument, not just Pan. So that's the next goal. So those next 3, and then we figure out after that. After we go in space. I'm joking, kind of.
Maybe. Speaking of that, a few weeks ago, we were joined by someone who was taking Pan to space with a particular sauna. We'll probably tell you about that a little later on. So many amazing things that we've been learning about Pan this month. It's a specific sound about taking Pan into the cosmos, and also there was a book about the sound of Pan and what it does. Yeah, what it does to your brain, and it actually alters things in your brain. Did you know that?
Yeah.
That is very interesting.
I actually met her. Where did I meet her? I can't remember who we met,
Yeah, that's brilliant, if you ask me. Well, finally, Joshua, imagine someone somewhere in the world encounters Trinidad and Tobago for the very first time through a video of you playing the Pan. What do you hope that they understand about our country and our people when they hear that sound coming from your fingertips and that Pan?
That this is a magical place. That's it. Yeah, just magic.
What's your message for Trinidad and Tobago as we celebrate 64 years of independence?
Happy independence. I think we're so blessed to be from this country and to be here and to experience this. And I think sometimes we forget that. So just remember that this weekend and have a good time. Be safe.
Thank you.
Friday, mash up the place.
What a wonderful way to begin our Independence Day celebration with an instrument born from Trinidad and Tobago and a young Trinbagonian determined to make sure that the world continues to hear it. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for continuing to carry your Pan and your pride in your culture wherever you go. Joshua the Panman Regrello, everyone, and of course, happy independence. We take a short break and come back with more.
Why is Talk City 91.1 FM the leading talk station in Trinidad and Tobago? Because nobody delivers conversations like we do. Start your mornings with Ground Report. Andy Pitbull Williams, Lennox Smith, and Nigel Snipes setting the agenda from 6 to 9 a.m. Then it's Off the Record with Stefan Reese and Mr. X, Fearless Talk, and the issues everybody's discussing. Stay connected with Sharon. Take it front with Officer Shabadi. Go beyond limits with Roland Stewart. Drive home with Heavy Duty and David Welch on Under the Radar. And wrap up your day with Kingsley and OB on The Wrap Up. Real talk, real people, real Trinidad and Tobago. Listen live on Talk City 91.1 FM and follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Talk City 91.1 FM, the #1 talk station in Trinidad and Tobago.
Being connected, it means a lot because first of all, you can't do this by yourself.
When you have your phone, you always have somebody at your side. I could call for help, anything going like,
You know, I'm giving children the opportunity to experience outside of their neighborhood.
Digital is kind of a comfort, you feel good that people in your lives are always able to be contacted.
I was with the other network and I was having problems, so I joined Digicel. And I never regretted it.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. I am Ria Rupchansing, and I'm inviting you to join me Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a brand new program that brings the issues affecting our lives, our communities, and our nation into focus. From politics and public policy to sports, entertainment, and the stories of everyday citizens, we'll explore the topics that matter most and hear from the people behind the headlines. Real conversations, real perspectives, real issues. Focus, people, and politics, bringing the nation into focus. Premiering Saturday, September 5th, exclusively on TTT.
I'm Jamila Bannister, host of the Socially Safe podcast, the new TTPS podcast where we share real stories, teach real lessons, and create real impact. From online safety and youth crime to community policing and personal responsibility, we go beyond the headlines and talk about what's happening in our communities with the officers and experts who are on the front lines. Because safety starts with awareness, conversation, and action. Tune in to the Socially Safe podcast on the TTPS YouTube channel, listen on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. Don't miss it.
Watch on TTT, Mondays 6 p.m., Tuesdays 1:10 p.m.
As Trinidad and Tobago prepares to celebrate 64 years of independence, we reflect on the men and women who have dedicated their lives to serving and protecting our nation. Today, we're joined by two members of the Trinidad and Tobago Defence Force, Warrant Officer Class 1 Christoph Grandison, Command Warrant Officer of the Trinidad and Tobago Regiment, and also Warrant Officer Class 1 Sivan Sanka of the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard. And they're talking about their journeys, their service, and what patriotism means beyond the uniform. Good morning. And just to clarify, it's actually Warrant Officer Class 1 Sivan Sanka, Command Warrant Officer of the Trinidad and Tobago Air Guard. So good morning, gentlemen. Thank you for being here and happy independence to you.
Good morning, ma'am.
So let's start there. What was it about the service, your respective areas, that first attracted you to that life of service now? And what made you decide, hey, this is what I want to do?
Pleasant morning, Trinidad and Tobago. I'm Warrant Officer Class 1 Christoph Grandison. First, let me start by saying in 1990, we would have seen a surprise attack on our democracy. And at that early age, I would have been about 13 years old. So I was quite interested to see how this would be resolved. I knew that we had a defense force, and I knew that we had boots on the ground. And on the day of surrender, we saw the type of person who was surrendering their arms, and they would have been like 14, 15, 16 years old. And I knew then that I did not want to be on that side. I wanted to be on the winning side. Hence the reason for choosing the Trinidad and Tobago Regiment. 8 years after, the opportunity presented itself, and here I am today.
Yeah. And proud. What about you?
Well, I would say basically the same thing. 1990, I was like about 9 years old, looking at it on television and seeing what was happening to the country at that point in time. I may have been too young to actually understand, but I had an uncle that served in the army at the time, and he was one of my driving factors for wanting to join the army at the time. But when the time came to join,
the Coast Guard were recruiting, so I ended up joining the Coast Guard, still of the Defence Force.
And Mr. Grandison, as Command Warrant Officer of the regiment, you're now in a position where younger soldiers, they look to you for guidance. What responsibility comes with being that example?
So, I mean, first we have to understand, we have to let soldiers know that there's a professional standard and there's a code of conduct that you need to operate under. So you must first understand your guidelines, what governs you, and then we can work from there. And let me say, there is a misconception that when you join the military, you gain discipline. You must first come with that foundation before we go further. So normally my job is, I am the principal link between command and its men. So I am to align the men to command intent and ensure that the mission is successful at the end of the day.
You've also risen to the rank of Command Warrant Officer. What does that leadership mean to you, and what do you hope that the younger members will learn from your example?
I would expect them to try to find a mentor. May not be me, because in the service there are a lot of mentors. Try to establish yourself, learn, as Warrant Officer Grandison said, there's a lot of information, a lot of things to learn the work as our dragon, learn the work and move forward from there, ma'am.
And Mr. Grandison, you spent much of your career, just serving. And what has that really taught you, that responsibility taught you about teamwork and just taking responsibility for the people that you are leading?
Yeah, well, I would have spent my first 7 years as a rifleman in the Bravo company. After successful completion of my first card, I would have been posted to the training company then. So I would have spent most of my years in the training environment, teaching or turning civilians into soldiers. And that was a great responsibility in that. So one of my greatest joys is to see the end product, to see that these civilians are now the conscious, competent soldier that we have today. And there is a lot of challenge in that, because we see where you are leaving home early in the morning and then you are returning home late. So the greatest challenge is that I didn't really get to see my children grow. Oh, wow. Yeah, so because I was spending more time in the training environment. But at the end of the day, it is rewarding.
And that brings me to another point. Recently I'm seeing a lot of members new recruits going into respective services. What would you say this morning to those new recruits about that sacrifice and about what they have to expect, what's to come, and what they have to give up for love of country as well, to serve our country?
And funny enough that you should say that. So when you're coming into the Defence Force, if you think you are coming for a 40-hour work week, you would soon recognize that is not the fact.
And it's the same in many other services, like the protective services as well.
Especially for Army, because we are on call 24/7. So
how does that augur with your family life and making plans, vacations?
Well, the amount of time I have in service, they have grown accustomed to it. So the time that we spend together, they really appreciate, because at any point in time I can be called to duty and I'll have to leave them wherever they are and that comes with the job.
Absolutely.
So if you are willing to do that, then is the right place for you. If you are not willing to do that, then here would be, the Defence Force would be the wrong place for you.
Yeah. Mr. Sanka, we often hear the word patriotism a lot around independence. But, after years of service, what exactly does patriotism mean to you personally?
To me, patriotism, it means, doing your part beyond the uniform. It means serving with integrity and helping to build a better Trinidad and Tobago, ma'am.
And when you stand on parade and you see that flag and you hear the national anthem, what goes through your mind?
I am at home. That's the pride and the joy that you feel. You're at home. This is my country.
I love that. And now, as we are celebrating 64 years of independence, what does serving this country really mean to you? And what message would you give to young Trinbagonians about finding their own way to serve our nation?
Yeah, serving has always been a prideful thing to me, because you see, when you put on your uniform, it really doesn't feel like fabric. It feels like armor. And then you watch how your citizens respond to you, and the way we interact with each other. So it really is a sense of pride serving your country at the level in which I am serving.
Yeah. And what about you, Mr. Sanko?
My advice to young Trinidadians willing to join is be prepared to work hard. It's not a 9-to-5 job, as Warrant Officer Grandison said. It's to work hard. It's 24/7. That's the entire Defence Force, ma'am. We work 24/7, on call 24/7. You'd never know when you'd be called out. But believe me, the strength that you would gain, you never knew you had. Join in the Defence Force.
Definitely an appropriate message. As I said, I'm seeing a lot of recruits going into the services, and at some points they may be a little bit despondent, and they may think that it's a long journey ahead. But the love of country, I think, just outweighs everything else. And thank you for your service this morning, and thank you for contributing to 64 years of independence for Trinidad and Tobago. So, gentlemen, thank you very much for being here with us. After the break, we have another special guest, similar to join us on set. We take a short break, 6:46. That's the time.
Thank you. Thank you.
There are a number of risk factors for heart disease, so a lot of attention has to be put towards preventive cardiology. What can we do to reduce the burden due to all these risk factors? Hypertension, diabetes, cholesterol, you need to stop cigarette smoking, you gotta get people exercising.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
Why is Talk City 91.1 FM the leading talk station in Trinidad and Tobago? Because nobody delivers conversations like we do. Start your mornings with Ground Report. Andy Pitbull Williams, Lennox Smith, and Nigel Snipes setting the agenda from 6 to 9 a.m. Then it's Off the Record with Stefan Reese and Mr. X, Fearless Talk, and the issues everybody's discussing. Stay connected with Sharon. Take it front with Officer Shabadi. Go beyond limits with Roland Stewart. Drive home with Heavy Duty and David Welch on Under the Radar. And wrap up your day with Kingsley and OB on The Wrap Up. Real talk, real people, real Trinidad and Tobago. Listen live on Talk City 91.1 FM and follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Talk City 91.1 FM, the #1 talk station in Trinidad and Tobago.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. I am Ria Roopchansing, and I'm inviting you to join me Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a brand new program that brings the issues affecting our lives, our communities, and our nation into focus. From politics and public policy to sports, entertainment, and the stories of everyday citizens, we'll explore the topics that matter most and hear from the people behind the headlines. Real conversations, real perspectives, real issues. Focus, people, and politics, bringing the nation into focus. Premiering Saturday, September 5th, exclusively on TTT.
As we continue to chat with the men and women who are dedicating their lives to serving Trinidad and Tobago as we celebrate 64 years of independence, I'm joined now by Fleet Chief Petty Officer Terence Mohammed. Good morning.
Pleasant morning, Miss.
Happy Independence Day.
Thank you very much, and same to you.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning to Trinidad and Tobago.
And you spent much of your career serving at sea. What has that experience taught you about teamwork and responsibility and looking out for the other person who's next to you?
Right, so that will fall in line with being what you call a member of a ship crew. Right, so as a part of so now we run a vessel similar to how we run a house. There is the head, which is the captain of the vessel, and there is other persons that fall in line with a household. And the thing with a ship and a household is that it's like a family. So everyone does what they have to do as a little facet, and together you all come together and you execute the mission in this case. Right? So being on board a vessel is like living in a house. It's family.
Is there any particular experience at sea that you still think about today?
So after spanning this is about 28 years of service, to really nail in on probably one experience might be a little bit trying. I've had many on board vessels, our capital assets, both large and small. And so we do something called a SAR, which is a search and rescue mission. The greatest part of a search and rescue mission is actually going out there to save lives. When someone is in distress or someone has difficulty, on the open water, it gives a good feeling that you, the Coast Guard, can respond to them and bring them back safely. So that, by and large, is probably the biggest.
And sometimes that can become a little bit emotional, I can only imagine.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But again, the emotion will be tied to a sense of pride, a sense of duty, that you were the one who were tasked to and you completed the mission successfully.
You were talking about a family just now. I'm going to go back to that. The Coast Guard is a really close-knit environment.
Yes, we are.
What has that sense of camaraderie meant to you throughout your years of service?
So I will explain it like this. Remember, there's a whole saying that, find a job that you like and you will never have to work a day
in your life.
Yeah. So it is very similar to that. The camaraderie we have in the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard is, again, and you will hear I probably keep bringing up family, because when we reach to work, as we say, you don't really reach to work, you reach home.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
so what does home feel like when you actually go home now?
It's an extension of the Coast Guard.
I see.
Yeah, because I've been in the service for quite some time.
How long?
28 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So is if my family life, private family life, and my Coast Guard life is equal.
And you have to really juggle that and dedicate.
No, not really.
Really?
What I can say is that at home I have a great support system.
Yes, and that's important in the service.
Definitely.
Okay. Definitely. And after dedicating so much of your life to this country, what does patriotism mean to you now? And wearing that uniform, how do you feel every single day when you have to put that on?
So I would probably change what does patriotism feel to me now? Patriotism started when I enlisted into the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard in December 11, 1998. And it has continued with me through my career. So it is not what I feel now. What I feel now is what I felt the first day I would have worn the Coast Guard uniform and served with the Coast Guard colors. And it is still there, very strong.
What would you say to any young person or anyone interested maybe in wanting to serve our country and they're probably a little bit, on the fence, they're not too sure just yet. What would you say to them about making that decision?
Understood. So I will use my service and my experience in the Coast Guard to guide them. Listen, there's no greater purpose for me and for you all who wish to serve than to be in the service of your country. There is really no greater purpose for a young man, especially in today's time. You need this. This is who you're supposed to be. And if you have a feeling that I want to be a member, please do.
And as we celebrate 64 years of independence, what goes through your mind every time you hear the anthem or you see the national flag?
So during my time again, I would have served as the, what they call the color chief. That is guys who carry the Coast Guard colors. And I would have served as the person who's the primary protector of the colors, right? That's the Coast Guard flag. And that again, when you're out there on the parade square, and you are the protector of your Coast Guard colors, I mean, the pride is immense, you know? It really doesn't get much better than this. This is the pinnacle.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning, Officer Terrence Mohammed. And if you want to serve, it's a great time. Independence Day reminds us of that pride, that national pride that we have, and how blessed we are to live in such a beautiful nation, Trinidad and Tobago. Celebrating 64 years of independence on Trinidad and Tobago today. Carrie's up next with the major network news. We take a short break before that. See you inside hour number 2 of the show. Every client deserves expertise, integrity, and guidance they can trust. At Camino Realty International, we deliver integrated real estate solutions, sales, rentals, property management, and project development. Driven by excellence, transparency, and innovation, we protect value, create opportunity, and build lasting success. Because real estate isn't just about buildings. For more information on our services, log on to CaminoRealty.com or follow us on social media at Camino Realty TT. Camino Realty International, elevating lives one property at a time.
Welcome to 1020 with your truly Junior K. Open day. Big things happening in CTS College. Joining me inside this challenging 1020, we have Charles, of course, MBA student and lecturer. Are you ready? 10 reasons in 20 seconds why somebody should attend CTS College.
Oh yeah, that's easy.
Eh? Really? The clock is ticking. Begin.
All right, so you have daycare, primary school, preschool, secondary school, tertiary education. It's convenient, it's flexible. There's a lot of payment plans that's available. A lot of the courses available online, and most importantly, student support like crazy.
Whoa, with 3 seconds left, watch now, Charles, you aced it. Big up to CTS College, man. 1020.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. I am Ria Rupchansing, and I'm inviting you to join me Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a brand new program that brings the issues affecting our lives, our communities, and our nation into focus. From politics and public policy to sports, entertainment, and the stories of everyday citizens, we'll explore the topics that matter most and hear from the people behind the headlines. Real conversations, real perspectives, real issues. Focus, people, and politics, bringing the nation into focus. Premiering Saturday, September 5th, exclusively on TTT.
Good morning. This is your TTT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. Making the news at this time. Unfilled vacancies, sluggish progress on school repair projects, and last-minute threats to Tobago's Independence Day fireworks display have raised concerns about ongoing operational challenges. Chief Secretary Fale Augustine says persistent delays in the public procurement process are hampering key THA initiatives. Several months ago, he announced that the THA's 10-on, 10-off employment program would end in August 2026, with workers expected to transition into hundreds of existing vacancies. However, he noted that the process remains incomplete.
I brought the union, I brought every administrator, and we sat down together at the Division of Finance where my office was, and I gave clear instructions. Compile the list of vacancies. Let us move. What year are we in now? 2026. Still not done. Still not done.
Mr. Augustine said he wants the vacancies filled before the start of the new fiscal year and has appointed a 7-member committee, chaired by retired technical officer Derek Boseland, to address the issue. He also raised concerns about the slow pace of the school repair program, revealing that work had barely begun just weeks before the start of the new school term. Mr. Augustine said schools will be ready for the September 7th reopening despite delays. He blamed procurement bottlenecks for many challenges, warned officials will be held accountable for setbacks, and announced a new digital tracking system due in October to streamline procurement and improve efficiency. In other news now, the Ministry of Education has completed the initial review of nearly 46,000 applications submitted for the 2026 school supplies and book grant. The assessment process examined applicants' eligibility and supporting documentation, with successful applicants expected to receive financial assistance to help cover the cost of school books and supplies for the upcoming academic year. In a release, the ministry stated that eligibility checks are currently being conducted and about 10,000 applications are expected to complete final verification by August 28, 2026. All remaining applications are expected to be verified and paid by September 2, 2026. The program received applications from students across 668 schools and institutions, more than previous grant exercises. The ministry noted that successful applicants, infants to Standard 5, will receive $1,000, Forms 1, 3 to Upper 6 will also receive $1,000, and students entering Form 2 will receive $500. The reduced Form 2 allocation is as a result of the ministry's provision of 6 digital learning support books for laptop use. Applications can be tracked on the book grant website. And in some sport now, Olympic champion Julian Alfred edged Melissa Jefferson Wooden by just 0.05 of a second in a thrilling women's 100-meter final at the Zurich Diamond League on Thursday. Both sprinters clocked 10.70 seconds, but Alfred prevailed in a photo finish with 10.693 to Jefferson Wooden's 10.698. The time sent a St. Lucian national record, improving Alfred's previous best by 0.02 seconds. The result reversed their meeting in Silesia 4 days earlier, where Jefferson Wooden handed Alfred her first defeat of the season. And that's what's making the news at this time. When we come back after the break, we get into the second hour of Trinidad and Tobago Today. Stay tuned.
Being connected, it means a lot because first of all, you can't do this by yourself.
When you have your phone, you always have somebody at your side. I could call for help, anything going on, you know.
I'm giving children the opportunity to experience outside of their neighborhood.
Digicel is kind of a comfort, you feel good that people in your lives are always able to be contacted.
I was with the other network and I was having problems, so I joined Digicel and I never regretted it.
I'm Virmala Balkaran, host of the Socially Safe podcast, the new TTPS podcast where we share real stories, teach real lessons, and create real impact. From online safety and youth crime to community policing and personal responsibility, we go beyond the headlines and talk about what's happening in our communities with the officers and experts who are on the front lines. Because safety starts with awareness, conversation, and action. Tune in to the Socially Safe podcast on the TTPS YouTube channel, listen on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. Don't miss it.
Watch on TTT, Mondays 6 p.m., Tuesdays 1:10 p.m.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge and confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what you need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
You are dearer to me than all the stars. So many wish but never reach. 'Cause when I'm falling and all the world seems dark, you help me find my peace. Oshun mi ba fishani. Oshun mi ba yeah. Oshun mi ba fishani. Arubita yeah 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 yeah.
Why some people just talk it bad, but I know all of them we running them home. Don't know what they're talking about. They will paint their black every day, and the right things they will never say. Like us past is human, been rated among the best. Our scholars have sit and passed every test, and put us right alongside the rest. But then our Pichley is the greatest one of its kind.
I was proudest when we gained independence in 1962. And I felt proud when the Union Jack was taken down and our flag was raised. That was a very proud moment for me. I was 14 years old at the time.
That's when Trinidad and Tobago got the first World Cup. I was proud of them. I was jumping up in my house because when they scored against Bahrain, it was a wonderful day. It was a proud day to see we reach somewhere in the World Cup because we will fight right through for that World Cup. So that was the proudest time of my life.
Independence Day, Trinidad and Tobago, 64 years of independence. We now turn to a young athlete who is proudly carrying the red, white and black onto the international sporting stage. At just 14 years old, Trinidad and Tobago archer Rondon Wilkinson is already a Pan American champion, competing at his first Pan American Championships in Colombia. He held his nerve through a nail-biting final to capture gold in the barebow category, the under 15 category. And on our special Independence Day program, we wanted to hear what representing your country means when you're achieving all of this at a very young age. Ron, and good morning, and also to your dad, Mr. Ron Wilkinson. Thank you for being Happy Independence Day.
Happy Independence Day to you too.
So, Rhonda,
Auntie.
Yes, Rhonda, you are only 14 years old, yeah? And you're already a Pan American gold medalist. That is an amazing achievement for someone your age. Has it fully sunk in yet that you are a champion?
Well, yes.
How you feel about that?
Well, I feel proud to represent Trinidad and Tobago at the international level. Yeah. And I'd be happy if I could do it again.
So let's go back to the beginning now, and Dad can help you here. How did you get into archery, and what was it about that sport that really pulled you in and make you want to stick with it?
Well, when I entered St. Stephen's College, they had it as extracurricular. And when I tried it, I was actually good at it. So yeah, I stuck with it.
Dad, how did you feel about that when he decided, well, this is what I want to do? What did you say?
I told Rondon, I said, Rondon, because Rondon told me, he said, Daddy, everybody had a personal bow in the club. So he want the personal bow. I said, well, Rondon, you have to show me that you're serious about this thing. Yeah. I'm not going to spend $12,000 there, so you have to show me that
Because this
you're
was a strange sport for you to begin with,
yes.
right? I mean, it's not a very common sport.
Correct.
So you're wondering, you're sure about that?
Yeah. Yes, I told him that. I said, you need to show me that you're serious.
Yes.
If you bring home a medal with the club bow,
okay,
you'll get your personal bow.
And what did he do?
The very next tournament, he brought home a medal. So I had to find the
How much you said a bow cost?
Well, $12,000. Yeah.
Wow. So that was a big investment that your dad made. And did you feel pressure? Like, okay, well, daddy spent 12,000 plus, you know, so I need to get this right. Did you feel any pressure?
Well, yes, slightly.
Slightly.
But I knew I was good at it, so.
Yeah. And for people who are watching this morning, Dad, who may not know much about archery, what makes the bear bow different and what does it demand from him as an athlete?
All right, well, from my little experience, the bear bow, being a bear bow archer, you have to be more focused, as the case may be, because you don't have much help. With the compound bow and the recurve, as the case may be, you have sights, you have things to help you to see the target better, as the case may be. But with a bear bow, you have to use your natural ability and everything to make sure, and you have to be able to judge the wind and all of these things.
Wow.
So it's harder.
So Rondon, when you arrived in Colombia, this was your first Pan American Championships, right? So when you got there and you saw the other competitors, were you nervous, excited, confident? What was going through your mind at that moment?
Well, yeah, I was kind of a little nervous.
A little bit nervous. Dad, did you accompany him?
Yes, I accompanied him.
Okay, how did you feel?
Well, when Rondon won the gold medal, well, leading up to in the finals itself, one of the archers' parents told me to say Rondon might be under some pressure because Rondon was in the lead. Rondon was 5. The score was 5. Rondon was 5, and the other archer was he was on 2.
Right.
And all Rondon needed was a draw to win the match. But I don't know if we get a little nervous, and they come and they equalize. So they equalize 5-all.
Okay.
And with the 5-all now, one of the parents told me, they say, Rondon might be under some pressure here. I say, yeah, you're going to be under some pressure.
Okay.
But when I saw the Nathan Lee, I saw he come and he shoot at 8.
Yes.
I say not in the stage of the game. I told the parent that I say not in the stage of the game.
Okay.
I say no, Rondon have him.
And then there was a 6-5 finish.
Yes, and then Rondon came and shoot and hit a 9, he the yellow, and that was it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was.
Everyone went crazy.
Everyone
What has the love and the feedback been like from your friends and family here for him?
Well, definitely from his school, as the case may be, his family, everybody acknowledged what Rondon did. Mm-hmm. But I still find they could acknowledge that a little more.
There's always room for more.
Yes.
Rondon, you weren't only competing as Rondon. You were competing as a representative of Trinidad and Tobago. How did you feel to know that you were carrying that flag with you as well?
Well, proud and a little bit nervous, but...
But you did it. Yeah. And Dad, how were your nerves?
Well... When I knew Rondon capability, so I don't know well. Then if they come in there, they come good. Mm-hmm. But the thing about it, after Rondon win the gold medal, as the case may be, and we went back to the hotel, I told Rondon, I said, Rondon, you know what you do? Mm. He said, Daddy, what I do wrong?
Oh.
I said, no, you do nothing wrong, Rondon. I said, at the age of 14, you put your name in the history books.
That's right.
I told him that, and tears started to come to my eyes.
Yeah.
But the team manager wanted to carry us to celebrate, as the case may be. So I told Rondon, I said, Rondon, you go downstairs. Let them know I will be downstairs shortly, because I had to compose myself.
Seriously.
Yeah, tears, but it was tears of joy.
And Dad, we're celebrating 64 years of independence. And as you just rightfully said, Rondon he's earned his place in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. That is a lot to accomplish at 14 years old.
Yeah.
And it must be really emotional. And I still feel like he's so shy and he's so humble. Like, okay, well, all right, I did this and it's done. And tell us a little bit about the concentration, the training, the hours that Rondon has had to put in.
Rondon had a lot of challenges because remember you have to learn to mix the boat. You have to mix the boat, where school and his sport had to mesh. So I told him, I said, Rondon, at the end of the day, all I need to see, even self, I just need to see improvement. Mm-hmm. But Rondon always did good in his schoolwork, and I continue pushing him as the case maybe when it comes to the sport. Rondon used to train like five times for the week.
Wow.
Yeah, 5 when it comes like the 2 months before the competition. Mm-hmm. 5 times for the week, and it was hard for him as the case may be. Mm-hmm. Even for the qualifier, when Rondon went to do the qualifier, as the case may be, when he went to do the qualifier, it was difficult for him. And he broke a record. He broke a record in the qualifier. Mm-hmm. So everybody was speechless because imagine you ain't going to shoot, you ain't going to the competition yet, and you still break a record. You make in the qualifier.
And what is his support system like?
Right, well, when it comes to the church, we just go to church a lot, as the case may be. And his mother actually working, she's a cleaner in the church, as the case may be. So we just get the support from the Anglican church. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they must be so proud of him. So what's next for him?
Well, you have CDC, that is the Caribbean Development Championship.
Yeah.
So that is actually in October. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is actually in October.
All right. Well, what do you want to say to everyone on this Independence Day? What do you want to tell them? Tell the country Happy Independence Day.
Well, no matter who you are, as long as you place your mind and effort to it, you could do anything.
What's your message to Trinidad and Tobago, Dad, for this Independence Day?
These things like this supposed to bring the nation closer. That's right. Because imagine at Rondon at this young age, look what he did.
Imagine what you can do as well. Thank you very much, and congratulations, Rondon. At just 14, you're already showing us what can happen when talent is matched with discipline, focus, and determination. And as we celebrate Trinidad and Tobago's independence, it especially is encouraging to see the next generation carrying our flag with pride and showing the world what our young people can accomplish. That's Rondon Wilkinson, Pan-American gold medalist and Trinidad and Tobago archer. Thank you so much for joining us, Rondon, and Dad as well. And here is his tool, and this has taken him through all of these achievements. So yeah, congratulations to you, Rondon, and thank you for doing such a great job with him, Dad.
No problem, and I would like to actually thank HSL for the support. That is Mr. and Mrs. Vieira. The company is located in Point Lisas.
Yeah, well, all the support it's definitely what we need to ensure that young people like Rondon, they go forth and conquer their dreams. 7:19, that's the time. Our special Independence Day show on Trinidad and Tobago today. Stay with us.
client deserves expertise, integrity, and guidance they can trust. At Camino Realty International, we deliver integrated real estate solutions, sales, rentals, property management, and project development. Driven by excellence, transparency, and innovation, we protect value, create opportunity, and build lasting success. Because real estate isn't just about buildings. For more information on our services, log on to CaminoRealty.com or follow us on social media at Camino Realty TT. Camino Realty International, elevating lives one property at a time.
Since 1972, one sound has been living in the heart of Trinidad and Tobago, the longest running radio station in the nation.
We're your holiday soundtrack, whether it's on your day off, long drives, or house limes. We are always sweet.
This is music with meaning, music with memories.
Music that feels like home.
And it's not just the songs, it's the voices you trust, personalities you've grown with.
Laughter that sounds familiar. This isn't just radio, it's tradition. It's memories. It's part of who we are.
Sweet 100.1 FM, the rhythm of our identity, part of your family.
Always 100, guide you on your way. Sweet 100, sweet 100.
Why is Talk City 91.1 FM the leading talk station in Trinidad and Tobago? Because nobody delivers conversations like we do. Start your mornings with Ground Report. Andy Pitbull Williams, Lennox Smith, and Nigel Snipes setting the agenda from 6 to 9 a.m. Then it's Off the Record with Stefan Reese and Mr. X, Fearless Talk, and the issues everybody's discussing. Stay connected with Sharon. Take it front with Officer Shabadi. Go beyond limits with Roland Stewart. Drive home with Heavy Duty and David Welch on Under the Radar. And wrap up your day with Kingsley and OB on The Wrap Up. Real talk, real people, real Trinidad and Tobago. Listen live on Talk City 91.1 FM and follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Talk City 91.1 FM, the #1 talk station in Trinidad and Tobago.
So much of things that we need to see about. Surely I do have to spell them out.
Run it, walk it, jog it, glow with it. Trinidad and Tobago, it's time to come together. Wednesday, September 23rd, the eve of Republic Day. Join the TTT Limited Media Network and Party Projects Management Limited for a one-of-a-kind celebration of unity, love, and national pride. Presenting TNT Together Glow in Motion, a vibrant 5K experience dedicated to promoting love and respect, kindness, and togetherness throughout TNT. Whether you're a seasoned runner or a casual walker or simply looking for a fun evening with your family and friends, this event for you, and it starts at 5 p.m. from right here at the Mecca, 11A Marval Road, Port of Spain, and we're inviting the entire country. Come together, light up the streets, and celebrate the values that bring us closer as a people. Grab your crew, wear your brightest glow gear, and be part of a movement that celebrates community, connection, and national pride. Come glowing, come moving, come united, because every step towards each other is a step towards a better Trinidad and Tobago. TTT Limited Media Network and Party Projects Limited Management Limited present TNT Together Glow in Motion. Wednesday, September 23rd. Packages cost only $175. To register, log on to www.raceroster.com. And as we continue to celebrate Trinidad and Tobago and 64 years of independence, we also have to think about how we invest in the generation that will take our country forward. With the new school term approaching, many families are facing the very real expense of getting children ready for the classroom. The Massey Foundation is responding with a new initiative called Classroom Ready, providing support to hundreds of students who may otherwise struggle to access some of those essentials. Joining us to tell us more is Dion Legore, Vice President of Corporate Communications and Corporate Affairs at the Massey Group. Dion, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, and thank you so much for having me this morning. And I'd like to extend, independence greetings to our wonderful nation. I always maintain that Trinidad and Tobago, in spite of challenges, everybody has challenges, it's one of the most beautiful places on the planet.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, dear, let's talk about the Classroom Ready initiative. What prompted the Massey Foundation to launch this at this particular time?
Well, firstly, the Massey Foundation has been around since 1979 and doing work in the communities, because Massey is a company, a group of companies that is very focused on ensuring that we are committed to the communities we serve. This year, we were receiving a number of requests, repeated requests for support for students, for support for books, stationery, and we saw a trend, and we were like, wait, this is symptomatic of an underlying issue. And through our network, because the foundation has an established network, we reached out to them, and one of our directors said, we have a real opportunity to support our communities through this Classroom Ready program. And what it is, we have partnered with schools in vulnerable communities to ensure that students have access to vouchers, which will allow them to get uniforms, sneakers, stationery, books, whatever they require to start the school term, because opportunity begins with access. In working to bring this initiative to fruition, it brought back my own memories and reflections on when you were heading to school, that nervousness, that excitement, the energy. And no child really should have to be wondering, coupled with all of the other things that are taking place, I'm going to school and I have no books.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to school and
my parents can't afford to send me with something that everybody else has.
Correct. So that we were able to launch this. It is a pilot program this year, but the intent really is to deepen this, because again, it must reach the communities that we serve so that children can go to school prepared. They can go ready, so they don't have to have the additional stress and worry that impacts their confidence, that may impact their ability to perform. So that this is some of the thinking behind the work of the foundation. And the foundation's work really is built on the UN's SDG goals. So education, technology, support for the arts, this is integral to what the work of the foundation and the work that they've been doing for many, many years.
I know this is a pilot program, but do you have an estimate number of students that will benefit from this program?
No less than 500 students.
Wow.
And that is, you see, that's a ballpark.
Yes.
And each of them will receive a voucher worth $1,000. So and this, let me be clear, this initiative is across Trinidad and Tobago. We are one country, and there are challenges facing communities throughout. So this goes to Trinidad and Tobago.
There was a big launch yesterday. How did that go? Tell me everything about that.
Well, the launch yesterday was one of those moments where when you reflect on your career, it is inspirational. It was so good to see every single principal that we invited to that launch attended. And that is a testimony to the vocation that is teaching. I was fortunate. My mother was a teacher for 35 plus years. My aunt was a secondary school principal in one of the vulnerable areas. And I understand the sacrifices that many teachers and principals make to look after their charges. So yesterday was one of those inspirational moments where every single principal turned up. And mind you, remember, we are still in the August vacation. So it demonstrated a level of commitment to their charges for which we are grateful that they came. So I'm happy about that touch point yesterday with the school principals to collect those vouchers that will then get to the students that need it in time for them to be classroom ready for the next term.
Dion, we're celebrating 64 years of Trinidad and Tobago's independence. In that light now, what responsibility do you believe the private sector has in helping to build the country, particularly through investment in our young people and education?
Listen, we are 64 years young, and there are many lessons to be learned. I'm very clear in my mind that the way forward must be collaborative. We must collaborate, whether it's private sector, public sector, the NGOs. Everyone has to work together because the objective is a nation that can capitalize on the tremendous creativity and the tremendous talent that we have here. But potential unrealized is just that. It is potential unrealized. And to hone the potential and bring it together, we have to work collaboratively. No one sector can do this alone. No, I say that again, no one sector can do it alone. So it is imperative that collaboration forms that umbrella architecture that we require to propel this country to be all that it can be. I am passionate about my country. I am passionate about the region. And so we have much opportunity to work together to realize our fullest potential.
And before we go, for families who may hear about this initiative today and they wonder, about it and how they can be a part of this, or maybe in future initiatives, where can we find out more about all of this?
For schools in this instance who want to find out, because the foundation has very clear guidelines, because of course these are auditable activities.
Yes.
So that the access has to be through a structured program. Information about the foundation is available via the Massey Group's website, www.masseygroup.com.
Thank you very much, Dion, for joining us this morning as we celebrate independence. It's an important reminder that nation building isn't only about reflecting on how far we've come, but it's also about ensuring that the next generation has a fair opportunity to move forward. We wish all of the students benefiting from Classroom Ready a confident and positive start to the new school year. Dion Lagoa, thank you again. And
thank you.
Happy Independence
Happy
Day.
Independence to you, and happy independence, Trinidad and Tobago.
All right. Well, the time is 7:33. We hope you've been having a great morning. A long weekend is ahead. Maybe you're making some Independence Day plans. Going to check out that parade. Remember, silent fireworks, and also they're using pyrotechnics, and they're doing a 500 drone show, I believe, and that's going to be something worth checking out. We come back after this break.
I finish work 6 o'clock. I coming down. What is that street going up there? After the hospital. Anyway, I'm walking down the street. When I reach down Frederick Street now, I can start feeling nice. I seen its flags and them very red on opposite. Whole of Frederick Street. One was upside down opposite the square. But they did rectify it. But all now, after I get this age, 78 years, I still remember.
Being connected, it means a lot because, first of all, you can't do this by yourself.
When you have your phone, you always have somebody at your side. I could call for help, anything going on,
I'm giving children the opportunity to experience outside of their neighborhood.
Digicel is kind of a comfort, you feel good that people in your lives are always able to be contacted.
I was with the other network and I was having problems, so I joined Digicel, and I never regretted it.
Every client deserves expertise, integrity, and guidance they can trust. At Camino Realty International, we deliver integrated real estate solutions, sales, rentals, property management, and project development. Driven by excellence, transparency, and innovation, we protect value, create opportunity, and build lasting success. Because real estate isn't just about buildings. For more information on our services, log on to CaminoRealty.com or follow us on social media at Camino Realty TT. Camino Realty International, elevating lives one property at a time.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. I am Ria Rupchan and I'm inviting you to join me Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a brand new program that brings the issues affecting our lives, our communities, and our nation into focus. From politics and public policy to sports, entertainment, and the stories of everyday citizens, we'll explore the topics that matter most and hear from the people behind the headlines. Real conversations, real perspectives, real issues. Focus, people, and politics, bringing the nation into focus. Premiering Saturday, September 5th, exclusively on TTT.
I'm Jamila Bannister, host of the Socially Safe podcast, the new TTPS podcast where we share real stories, teach real lessons, and create real impact. From online safety and youth crime to community policing and personal responsibility, we go beyond the headlines and talk about what's happening in our communities with the officers and experts who are on the front lines. Because safety starts with awareness, conversation, and action. Tune in to the Socially Safe podcast on the TTPS YouTube channel, listen on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. Don't miss it.
Watch on TTT, Mondays 6 p.m., Tuesdays 1:10 p.m.
The new class. The new class. Next level of radio. Wake up! This is the link up with Next 99.1 FM.
It's time to connect with the guys on Next 99.1 FM. This is the link up. Good morning, gentlemen. Happy Independence weekend.
Morning to you, V.
How are you all this morning?
I'm good. I'm great, actually.
Yeah? What are the plans for the weekend?
Well, we celebrated, red, white, and black, 64 years. I'm looking forward to Monday. Independence Day, the fireworks, the drone showcase.
Mm-hmm. I see Shaq is having his own little party across there.
As usual. Let's stay away from these fellas. Bad influence.
They are bad influence. Let me hear. Let me hear why they're a bad influence. I'll come across and deal with that afterwards.
Oh, well
what?
Well, what?
So what will you be doing this weekend, guys? Any specific plans other than the parade?
Well, tomorrow being Saturday, I'm going to be heading across to Tobago. I have to celebrate with the people of Tobago tomorrow with the Jade Monkey family. So myself and DJ Dylan, we're going to be live in Tobago tomorrow night.
Okay, it sounds like fun. What about you guys?
Well, I have a wedding. I have a wedding.
Simply put, I have a wedding. That's it. I just have a wedding. Do you like, Fro, do you like attending weddings?
I love weddings, but I cry a lot.
Yeah, I know. It makes me really emotional too. Even if I don't know the people, I'm just there crying because it's so nice. It's so sweet. I'm happy.
Just now, Virmala, when you say even if you don't know the people.
I mean, like if you're going as a +1 with somebody or, you're just hosting the wedding, I still, I'm in tears. I'm like, oh, this is so nice. I'm so happy for you. Listen, in an age where I find a lot of people are no longer believing in marriages, they're just doing it for the wedding and the party and the fanfare and the pictures for social media. I absolutely love when people decide to take that next step and they do it with so much love,
Oh, yes. So Do you have a wedding to attend this weekend?
No, I don't. I mean, I was hoping Shaq could give us an invite.
No problem.
So
No
you just,
problem.
you just want Shaq's invite?
You will be my plus one.
Just working.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope you can deal with the plus one crying. Well, guys, on today's show, we've been celebrating Independence Day, and we started the show with Joshua Reguello, the Pan Man, and that was absolutely, that was such a great performance, and we've been having good conversations with lots of service men, and also we spoke with the Massey Group about things that, we've been doing to improve Trinidad and Tobago in many different spaces. And I have to say, I'm proud to be Trini, and I'm proud to share a space with you as well as part of state media. And every single day you come out here and you do your best, and I really love working with you. And we contribute to 64 years of independence and national pride every single day.
And speaking about national pride, your colors today, I love it.
Listen, I had to wear it like that. Also, before I go, I have to say, I don't know if I got to tell you this, but happy anniversary. Did I tell you guys happy anniversary, or did I miss that opportunity?
No.
Right. So a late happy anniversary to Next 99.1 FM.
Thank you so much.
How did you celebrate?
Oh, we celebrated at Vice Nightclub last week, Friday.
Yeah.
We had
How
an
was
amazing
that?
time. Oh, yes. Having the opportunity to meet and greet with, our loyal fans, listeners. It was an amazing experience.
I'm sorry I missed that celebration, but we'll definitely make up for it. Maybe for next year's celebration. Thank you guys. Happy
Virmala,
Independence. Yeah?
You've been trying to invite yourself to things and not
And I don't show up. I know.
I don't like it. You don't.
I know. I'm sorry. I promise I'll be better. Happy Independence Day 2026, guys. Please be safe this weekend. Remember, lots of craziness on the roads. I really do hope that nobody will be drinking and driving. Designated driver. Use a rideshare service and get from one place to the next safely. Have a great one. I'll talk to you soon.
Enjoy.
All right. Take care. That was the link up with Next 99.1 FM.
You hear that? Woo! The new class. Next level of radio. Wake up! This is the link up with Next 99.1 FM.
And we're celebrating more than just Independence Day. We're celebrating birthdays as well. A special shout out and happy birthday to Elena. Well, this beautiful youngster is celebrating her 9th birthday. Elena, may your special day be filled with big smiles and lots of laughter and wonderful surprise, delicious cake, and plenty of birthday fun as you celebrate your 9th birthday. Always remember to dream big and keep shining and continue being the amazing girl that you are, with lots of love from your mommy, your daddy, your grandparents, your auntie, and your uncle. And to anyone celebrating, happy birthday to you. Also, a special birthday shout out goes out to DJ Chaotic, celebrating his birthday this Saturday. Wishing you a day filled with good vibes, of course, great music, happiness, and plenty of blessings. Happy birthday, DJ Chaotic, with love and best wishes from TTT and the Sweet 100 family. Well, 7:43, that's the time. We get to take a short break now, and when we come back, we get ready to wrap the show with some amazing talent in Trinidad and Tobago.
Independence was at the door.
Your world moves fast, so do we. TTT News brings you the people, events, and issues that matter most. Stay informed, stay ahead. TTT News, every night at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
I am your mother,
aunt, grandmother,
guardian, friend, and I promise to protect you in all situations because someone has hurt you, violated you, harmed you, abused you, and you were brave enough to tell me.
You trusted me. You came to me for help,
to defend, for support, to protect you.
No amount of money
or bribes,
favors, or gifts will stop me.
You are most important to me.
You are worth more to me than any material thing.
I will do all in my power,
in my heart,
to make sure that you are taken care of and that justice is served, and you thrive.
Together, my daughter,
My son,
my child, we will live and love.
I will protect you.
break the silence. Report all cases of child sexual abuse.
Resilient, brave, worthy. 12 majestic women, 12 majestic journeys. Majestic Makeover Season 3, coming soon to TTT and TTT Live Online.
Majestic Makeover Season 3 is powered by
You are dearer to me than all the stars. So many wish but never reach. 'Cause when I'm falling and all the world seems dark, you help me find my peace. Oshun mi ba fishani. Oshun mi ba Oshun mi ba fishani. Arubita, yeah 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 yeah. Non-commitment can man long afford non-involvement. A neighbor's crisis we pretend is none of we business. But whatever should happen around you has a direct effect upon you. If you should see your neighbor house on fire, whatever the cause, try and help them put it out of this.
As we continue our special pre-independence celebration, we're turning now to the sound of home and the incredible range of music that has helped to shape who we are. For musicians Dean Williams and Alicia Knights, the idea of home takes on different meanings, and Dean has spent more than 3 decades performing, collaborating and teaching here in TNT, while Alicia returned home permanently in 2024 after 33 years in the United States and years on the New York music circuit. An unexpected jam session brought them together, and from that musical connection came Black Coffee, blending jazz and soul and R&B and Caribbean influences with storytelling and musicianship. Well, Dean and Alicia, good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Congratulations on Black Coffee.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about, just forming Black Coffee now. I know you said that's an unexpected jam session. How did that happen?
Well, it was a chance meeting. She had an uncle who knew the guys in the band, because we have a band that works at Cafe Blue. Shout out to Carl Jacobs. And we had a job and a rehearsal going on, and her uncle came in and told us about her. And we said, well, bring her, let's hear her. And the rest is history.
Oh, so Alicia, tell me a brief bit about where you've been.
Okay, where I've been in New York City for 33 years here and there, and just have been exploring, I would say, my creativity. So I took some time away, a long time away, but I had great experiences having vocal teachers and, experiencing in a Broadway circuit and so forth. So it's been a wild ride.
Mm-hmm. And then you spent decades within the local music industry. When you think about a distinctly Trinidad and Tobago sound, what do you hear? What makes our musicians different?
Our musicians are different because we learn to play everything here. The Trinidad taste and what we're accustomed to as listening audience, we love to hear everything. You want to hear country, you want to hear chutney, we want to hear film music, you want to hear classical, you want to hear jazz, we want to hear rock, we want to hear reggae, Latin, right? There's something Trinidadians have grown up with. So this was par for the course for me.
Tell us about the genre or genres of black coffee.
Well, I would say that we're not stuck in one genre. I think we're genre fluid. So it's basically whatever happens within that moment with the influences and the background that we have, and then we put that stamp on whatever particular piece or show that we decide to produce.
Yeah, we also love to improvise, so
Yes.
that's a big part of it.
Very
so
big.
Alicia loves to improvise vocally as well, and I love that as a musician.
Now, we're celebrating 64 years of independence. I want to ask both of you this now. When you think about Trinidad and Tobago today, what does home mean to you?
Well, home is what they say where the heart is. And I have been trying to get home for quite some time. And the fact that I'm here now in this space celebrating 64 years of independence is something that is beyond, I would say, my wildest imagination right now.
What about
Glad
you?
to be home.
Well, to me, home and independence, they mean freedom, the freedom to create, to be a musician, and culture, to keep culture alive. That's a big part of it. And also, I think the responsibility of being a Trini, I think now more than ever is really important for us to be really civil-minded as Trinis.
And what a morning it has been, Dean and Alicia. We're going to leave it there for now because thankfully we're not finished with you just yet. We actually have a very special piece from both of them, Black Coffee. And as we approach 64 years of independence, there is so much for us to reflect on. Still so much to improve, but also so much that belongs to us uniquely, and it is worth celebrating. Happy Independence Day, Trinidad and Tobago. We love you. We are thankful for you every single day. As the name of our show says, Trinidad and Tobago today. What a morning it has been. Have a safe weekend. We'll see you on Tuesday where we do this all over again. Bye-bye, Dean and Alicia.
Thank you.
God bless our nation of many varied races. May we possess that common love that binds and make us one. Let it be known around the world that we can boast of unity and take a pride in our liberty. God bless our isles of tropic beauty rare, a flaming Point Sienna and shady Immortelle, the warm and sparkling waters that break upon our shore beat a tune that seemed to tell we take a pride in our liberty. Oh, God bless our leaders. Give them grace to guide. Bestow on them want you to know that I love you. We shall overcome one day. One day I say, all this misery and pain and the strain, we have to unite, to stand up and fight, and we'll get things right one day. Sweet TNT is my country. I want you to know that I love you. Every creed and race has an equal place. So let's work together to make life better. I'm a Trinidadian through and through. You know that too. And I'm proud to say that I love you. We love you. Trinidad is nice, could be a paradise.
Since 1972, one sound has been living in the heart of Trinidad and Tobago, the longest running radio station in the nation.
We're your holiday soundtrack, whether it's on your day off, long drives, or house limes. We are always sweet.
This is music with meaning, music with memories.
Music that feels like home.
And it's not just the songs, it's the voices you trust, personalities you've grown with.
Laughter that sounds familiar. This isn't just radio, it's tradition. It's memories. It's part of who we are.
Sweet 100.1 FM, the rhythm of our identity, part of your family.
Always 100, got you on your way. Sweet 100, sweet 100.
Your news anytime, anywhere. Join us nightly at 7. TTT News. Committed, accurate, relevant.
I'm Jamila Bannister, host of the Socially Safe podcast, the new TTPS podcast where we share real stories, teach real lessons, and create real impact. From online safety and youth crime to community policing and personal responsibility, we go beyond the headlines and talk about what's happening in our communities with the officers and experts who are on the front lines. Because safety starts with awareness, conversation, and action. Tune in to the Socially Safe podcast on the TTPS YouTube channel, listen on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. Don't miss it.
Watch on TTT, Mondays, 6 p.m., Tuesdays, 1:10 p.m.
Good morning. This is your TTT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. Making the news at this time. Panis, musician, cultural ambassador, Joshua the Pan Man Regrello has been taking Trinidad and Tobago's national instrument around the globe. Performing at renowned destinations and historical sites worldwide, Mr. Regrello has been ensuring that the world gets to hear and enjoy the steel pan.
I always think about how many pioneers have created what we have and the struggle that they have had to endure to take pan where it is right now. So it is a responsibility, but it's also an honor to be a part of that race, right? It's a long relay race and I'm just running my leg, but it's also remembering that so many people had a long, hard run before.
Explain what it feels like to achieve his quest of playing the national instrument at all the 7 new wonders of the world.
Sometimes it's overwhelming because you're thinking, in those moments, you don't represent yourself, you don't just represent an instrument. You know that not only Trinidad and Tobago, but the whole Caribbean is going to watch what comes from this. But I think for the most part, we just try to have fun. And the good thing about it is, like, I'm looking at Christ Dreamer right now. We have like these venues shut down. So it's just myself and my videographer. So it makes it feel very surreal.
He recalled that one of his most memorable performances took place in India, where the audience was so fascinated by the steel pan that they asked him to turn the instrument around to observe how it was being played. In other news now, Education Minister Dr. Michael Dowlath is calling on young people to reject bullying, vaping, criminal activity, and other negative influences, stressing that education, discipline, and good decision-making are key to building a successful future.
And I want you to stand up and speak out against bullying in schools. I want you to stand up and speak out against vaping.
Speaking at Thursday's National Youth Forum, Our Voice, Our Future, Minister Dowlath urged youths to become positive influences among their peers. He noted that a 2024 Ministry of Education climate survey identified bullying and vaping among the most significant challenges facing students.
You should say to your friend, you don't have to do this. You don't have to become a bully. You don't have to vape for someone to pay attention to you.
Meanwhile, Minister of the People, Social Development and Family Services, Vandana Mohit, announced a national child poverty reduction strategy being developed in collaboration with UNICEF. She said the initiative seeks to tackle the realities faced by vulnerable children and families while improving opportunities and outcomes for future generations.
This work goes to the heart of the future we are discussing today. Behind those words, child poverty, is a child trying to concentrate while hungry, a parent wondering how to stretch what little remains, a young person quietly stepping away from an opportunity because the family cannot afford the cost.
Minister Mohit said the forum is designed to ensure young people, particularly the most vulnerable, have a voice in shaping policies that affect their lives and future opportunities. In some sport now, to help develop a new generation of certified groundsmen, the Ministry of Sport and Youth Affairs, in partnership with the National Training Agency, has launched the Principles of Groundsmanship program, a 10-day certificate course at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. Director of Sport at the Ministry, Ronson Hackshaw, said the initiative aims to equip participants with the skills needed to repair and maintain sporting facilities across Trinidad and Tobago.
The Principles of Groundsmanship program is an 80-hour, 10-day certificate of competency course aligned to the TTNVQ Level 1 and backbenched against the national and regional occupational standard for this sector. Over 10 days, participants will move from fundamentals of plant and turf science into practical realities of groundsmanship.
Head groundsman at the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine, Ramnath Prasad, who is serving as one of the program facilitators, said the initiative is long overdue and will help to build a pool of qualified groundsmen to support the development of Trinidad and Tobago. And that was your TDT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. On behalf of our entire team here at TDT, have a wonderful Friday.
Your stories, your communities, your country. TTT News is everywhere, on the ground, across Trinidad and Tobago, and on every smart device. TTT News, nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
You anchor the morning news on Trinidad and Tobago Today. But what time does your real morning usually start?
My morning starts at 4 a.m., bright and early.